Good evening, Lowdown Nation. Tonight is the July 2024 edition of the New Music Spotlight Show, and it is my privilege to have with me members of the band Quadrant from North Carolina and members of the band Trichord from right here in the state of Georgia. How you doing, guys?
Doing great.
Doing good. How are you?
Good. So what we're here for tonight is each of you has music coming out during this month, or your new stuff has already dropped. I know Quadrant dropped their new single "Lizard Man" over the weekend. And I believe Maine Trichord's new song "What You Got" drops this weekend, doesn't it? I'm not hearing you. Not hearing your audio, Maine. I just checked it on my end, and your audio's hot over here. But we're not hearing you. But what we can do is while you're working on that, we can go ahead and get started with what Quadrant has going on. So anyway, so Lizard Man dropped on Saturday, correct?
Yes, it dropped on Saturday, July 13th. It was our first single, or really first anything that we have dropped in roughly 3 years. So it was a really long time in the making. We worked really hard on it. We wanted to pretty much prove that we had put 3 years worth of work into this song.
Gotcha. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and we're actually going to take a look at the music video for Lizard Man and check it out in its entirety, and then we're going to come back and talk about the song a bit. So let me share my screen, and we will get started here.
This just in, a strange figure has been reported, seen to be roaming around the wilderness of Boone, North Carolina. Authorities have stated to keep your distance and to refrain from speaking with the figure. Reports tell us the statements of the figure could be harmful or violent. Tune in to this important message and let us do the thinking for you.
Gentlemen, that is quite a song. Tell me about the song itself. What inspired it? What was the songwriting process, and then what was the recording process for it? That video is so cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Well, there was a ton of work that had been put into it for sure. I think the biggest meaning behind the song, it kind of has a double meaning to it. So for us personally, we've never been super fond of just the way the country is being ran at the moment. It just feels like the weight of the world is against everybody right now. It doesn't seem like anybody is necessarily having a great time or thriving. So this song is kind of just a testament to that. And, trying to stand up for the people, the average, everyday people like you and I, like everybody, all of the average, everyday people. And it kind of has a little bit of our faith in there as well, because we are Christians, and it kind of has a double standard of, going against the evil forces of this world, that'll use temptation in any way to bring you down.
Absolutely. Well said. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know the name. I just remember the name Lizard Man just kind of like came out of nowhere. And, obviously the song isn't about like lizards or anything like that, but it just caught on and we just loved how it sounded. Of course, like we're kind of making fun of the news a little bit and fear mongering, just poking fun at that a little bit. The song was fun to write and record. We did it all like in the bedroom of my house, just self-recorded, and just had fun with it. And yeah, I don't know. It was a blast to make, and the video is also a blast to make with our friend Waylon.
I'm sure. And, something that I really enjoyed about it is, up in rural areas like Boone, where you guys are from, there tend to be a lot of urban legends, and just the thought of the lizard man is just really, really cool. That really resonated with me. So
yeah,
It was kind of that was a little for the intro. It was kind of meant to have exactly what you were talking about right there, like this mythical creature spotted in Boone, North Carolina, playing right along with what you said. That was a great catch.
Yep. So you had mentioned that the making of the video was a lot of fun as well. Can you tell a little bit about the video and how it was made and when and?
Trent, do you want
to? The making of the music video, we have this friend. His full name is Mark Waylon Hageman, and he is a professional photographer and videographer for a metal factory. It's Baker Forge and Tool, I believe. But I went to high school with him. We were really good friends in high school, and I knew he did the videography, photography thing, and he'd never done a music video before, but I went out on a limb because I know what he does is really quality. Like, he really does try and put his effort and hard work into it. So when he puts that effort into this music video, he's not gonna slack. He's not gonna leave a bad image or anything like that. So I asked him hey, would you be interested in maybe shooting a music video with us? And he's like, yeah, for sure. So we planned the day, and then we started out kind of near our family and in the neighborhood there, and it started absolutely pouring the rain on us, but we didn't have another day that we could do this. So we're like, well, we're going to make the most of it. We'll get soaked if we have to. So that's what we did. We walked in the pouring rain for a few hours. That was a lot of fun. Um, and then after that, we went to another location to film the rest of it. And that's where we played live, had the entire setup. And then after that, Waylon went out on his own and he did some other shots that we weren't a part of just to kind of add in a little bit of extra flair to the music video. So he really put a lot of hard work into it.
Gotcha. Well, what we're going to do now at this point is we're going to move on to Tricord and what they've got coming up at the end of this week with their new single, What You Got. Did you get your audio worked out, man?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you sound great.
Cool. Yo, first off, I want to say you guys just totally gave me a blast from the past. I felt like I was watching like a late 90s, early 2000s music video on MTV or something. That was so fire, dude. It literally like brought back like a whole level of nostalgia. That was a really well done video, guys.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
It was really catchy.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
You know, one of the things I love about these new music shows is getting to bring bands together that haven't encountered each other before. I mean, this is fun. You know, I just love making those connections because you never know what it might eventually lead to, too.
So, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm more interested to ask you guys questions and y'all been talking about this song. Dude, yeah, I really dig you guys sound and all. I'm excited. I'm excited to connect with you guys. Let's definitely follow each other after this.
For sure.
All right, so what you got? Okay. Where do I start with this song? So what you got is supposed to be that. Okay, so for anybody who's watching or has been hanging out with Tricord for the last few years, we are shifting genre changes, kind of doing a shift in genre. It's kind of the direction we feel like the Lord is leading us into, to go with the whole new metal rapcore thing. So, and I believe like the reason why God is shifting us into this genre is because this is a very dark genre. There's not a lot of light in it. So we're hoping to, invade the enemy's camp with the sound that we're producing with this whole new metal shift. And so what you got is the staple song of us finally introducing ourselves into this whole entire new metal genre. So it's very much our heaviest song to date as well. So what you got, how it came to be, what you got in Fix Me, which is our other one of our other latest singles into this new genre shift. They both were written at the same exact practice. We had a rehearsal. Our guitarist Charles, who we called the Riff King, Mr. Strings himself, he started noodling around with this like cool little riff, and I was like, ooh, I got a cool idea with that. So I'm the arranger of the band. I kind of like arrange the music in the band and write the lyrics and stuff. The guys usually come up with like the cool riffs and all that cool stuff. And before we got Rob, I came up with the bass parts and all. So he was noodling around on this riff, and lo and behold, which was cool. I think if I'm not mistaken, right before we just like got in the heart of worship before practice. So like, because we were all just kind of like struggling and dealing with some like different kind of stuff. And so the chorus to that, to What You Got just kept ringing in my head. it's kind of a fight song, I guess, so to speak. It's a song that says like, "Yo, Satan, if you're gonna think you're gonna keep bullying me, if you think you're gonna keep coming at me, man, and that's the best you got, I know who my God is, and I stand on the promises of God. So what you got? Keep coming at me, bro. What you got?" So like the chorus, "Show me what you got, show me how you feel." It just kept ringing in my head, and I was like, "Yo, I got some lyrics for this." So we started like jotting down lyrics and everything while practicing and playing it, and it just became a fight song anthem. The whole entire point of What You Got is to just really just to pump you up, and it just kind of it has like different. It comes off like I guess if you heard the lyrics a little bit, it comes off a little cocky, but if you know what the Bible teaches us, that we are sons and daughters of righteousness, that when we belong to Jesus Christ, we are sons of righteousness. And to walk righteously in the Lord, it does kind of give you like some steam and like a bit of a backbone to be like, yo, like I'm not this weak, pathetic being who's walking in sin anymore. Jesus loves me and believes in me so much that he calls that the most righteous of righteous who came to die for us literally said that I am just like he. I'm righteous too. I'm a son of righteousness, because Paul talks about we're sons of the devil when we belong to the world. So when we come to Christ, we're sons of righteousness. And so, yeah, it's just a fight song, man. It's just a song to get you pumped up, bobbing your head, just moshing a little bit, whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's all it is. Just a big fight song.
Well, man, I am excited to hear it. I've heard a little bit of it on one of your live videos, but I'm excited to hear the whole thing and hear it in a recorded format. So,
oh yeah,
that's going to be really cool. And is it dropping at midnight on Friday, or is there a specific time?
Midnight. It will be out on midnight. We literally have some people who have their alarm set at midnight just to go stream. It's so cool, man. It's God's really faithful. It's just so cool to think that we have people who support us that way, who want to hear it. So everybody who has heard it, the people we have sent it to, trading song for song, they all say that it's definitely one of their faves, and they literally, like, some of our friends this past weekend, we walked by them and they were like quoting the chorus to us while they were walking by us because it's stuck in their head.
That is cool. That's cool.
It is cool.
But yeah, man, I love you boys in Tricord to death, man. And you know, Rob was able to basically facilitate, you know, getting Crimson Overtone together and getting them on with me. Man, I had a blast with them as well, man. They're
our sister band. We have a hoot with them. We literally do everything with Crimson Overtone.
Well, it makes sense since Rob's in both bands.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. But we do have a third guest tonight. They're not with us live, but an Atlanta area band called Something Haunted, which is it's a two-person project from my friend Bryant Perez and my other friend Thor Spieler. They have been working together for a while. You know, they're doing their own music independently, but together they are Something Haunted. And they've just put out, this past Friday, they dropped their new single, Path. And I'm going to share my screen and play the video for that. And then I've got a pre-recorded segment that I'm going to play with Bryant and Thor. And they basically kind of explained the song. But let me share my screen and we'll take a look at Path.
dog world that we live in. Infestation, a bunch of rats and snakes slithering. It's the culture for survival of the fittest. It's the vultures, opportunists are the quickest. Our clock is left and it's on to the next. As we drift and the death lives on in one breast. In the nest of blood and bones, it's never quiet when in my head is a constant storm. And all these fucking wolves are circling my throne. I just wanna find my own way, my own path. And the road full of animals is a bloodbath. Just wanna find my own way. I just wanna find my own way, my own path. And the world full of animals is a bloodbath. Feel it sinking in. Blood runs thicker than my skin. Feel it bleed again. Leave it burn to ash. I forge a new path.
So that was Path. And what I'm going to do now is share my screen again and play the pre-recorded segment with Bryant and Thor, and they can explain what we just saw better than I can. Guys, tell me a bit about yourselves. Tell me about Something Haunted, and tell me about Path.
Thank you. I am Bryant Perez.
I'm Thor Spieler.
And yeah, together we make Something Haunted, a concept that just kind of came together when I saw him performing at Hendershots at an open mic in Athens. And we just both linked up, started making some music, bouncing things back and forth, had a couple of in-person sessions. And yeah, we've got a couple of things on the way. And one of those is being Path, which you will see. We actually have one of the masks that's in the video. If you want to tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we had about 4 of these. We had this, and we had a wolf, a vulture, and a snake. My mom actually made those. I sent her a couple of because I was gonna make them and I wasn't sure what to do. I'm not the most artistically gifted in that way. I was kind of panicking, but she used to make my Halloween costumes when I was a kid and stuff. So I was like, can you do that again? And put those together, and yeah, it came out really cool.
Mm-hmm. And we really love. Yeah, we love all types of different genres. So we just kind of listened to what the others like, what he likes, what I like, and kind of meshed it. So our first couple tracks are kind of in the same realm, but it's very like industrial, almost like a hip hop 9 Inch Nails is the best way I can try to explain it. And we kind of started writing about the chorus is what came to us first. Just trying to find our own way, our own path in a world full of animals. It's a bloodbath because especially my verse, I'm really diving into like personification. There's a bunch of rats and snakes out there, if you know what I mean. There's some vultures, there's some wolves out there. So we just kind of took that concept and just decided to just run with it. Let's see if we can create these human versions of those people, of those negative characters and whatnot. And so the concept is just us trying to find our own way in this path that we're taking, which, it can be survival.
And being chased through the woods by crazed killers.
Yep.
Dressed as the various animals. And I've got both of us, but I definitely grew up on like horror movies, slashers from the 80s and stuff. So just recreating that as best we could.
Yeah.
Kind of paying homage to all of that.
And coming up with the name, it was just something that just kind of popped in. We have a certain vibe. Okay, like what do we like? Oh, we like horror movies. So like, okay.
Well, I think it would literally. So we were talking because I lived in an apartment at the time that was haunted, and we're like, we should come up with like a name based on that. We should like come up with Something Haunted, and then we're like, there we go, Something Haunted.
Yep. And so it just kind of popped in, and keeping with that whole vibe of us being horror movie fans and whatnot, you know, it's just the subject, the kind of metaphor in the video, that, you know, it just all fits so perfectly. And we're really, really excited to get this out. It's coming out this upcoming Friday.
Yep.
This upcoming Friday. It's
less than a week from today.
Yep,
the
the
12th.
12th. Yeah. So we're super hyped about it.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about this haunted apartment. What happened?
So I was always pretty skeptical with that sort of thing, and my partner is very much the opposite. So we had heard stories about this. It's an old mill that was converted into apartments, and we had all heard stories about, you know, people hear voices, people see this, people hear that. And I was always gonna, okay, whatever, you know, it's fun. I enjoy that sort of thing, but I didn't really believe in it. And then I heard a disembodied voice in our apartment. I was the only person there. TV wasn't on or anything, but I distinctly heard, I couldn't tell what was said, but I heard like a little girl's voice in the apartment.
Oh, wow.
And my partner had a cup fall over on its own on their bedside table, and like the cat was on the bed, so it wasn't him. So nothing crazy, no poltergeist shit or anything, but just a couple of creepy little things like that, a couple voices and inexplicable things moving.
How cool. How cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
So tell me a little bit about the recording process for Path. Was there anything special with that or anything unique?
Bryant came over to my apartment.
Our first session.
And we really didn't have a plan. You know, we talked at this open mic. We had texted a little bit, kind of hit it off. I'm like, oh, just come over and let's see what we can do. And it came together pretty quickly. The skeleton of it came together pretty quickly. Just the beat and the little guitar riff.
Yeah, I think we started with the bass riff.
Yeah.
And then had a little bit of a beat behind it. And then I came back and added guitar, I think, back at my studio.
That's right.
Then, you know, I sent it to you. You kind of added more sauce and spices to it. And next thing you know, we had a track, and then it was like, okay, well, what are we doing the vocal wise? You know, I feel like I could rap on this. We could sing on this. I don't know. And then kind of the concept one day at lunch break just kind of hit me about, you know, the animals, the chorus line. And then we just kind of built it around around that theme. And so my verse came pretty quickly when I just thought about, oh, I'm just writing about all the shitty people and shitty things that have happened, and, you know, the snakes, the liars, the thieves, the rats, you know, that kind of thing. And so wrote that verse, recorded it at my spot, sent it to him. I'm like, I think I got it. I think it feels good. Let me know if it feels right. He liked it, and then he started doing his verse on it. And yeah.
Jotted that down in about 30 seconds, and it worked. So
that is really cool. Well, the 12th can't get here soon enough, man. I'm jazzed to hear this. So
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And we're excited to show it to you, man. And we'll send it to you and have you premiere it on the 12th or whenever you can after. And yeah, it's a fun one. You know, shout out to all the people that were involved. Salty Quill Studios is just this reputable media company. They do such fantastic work. They've been getting nominations and awards and whatnot through their films that they do. And we had Mux from Joker TV. Shout out to Joker TV. He's one of the characters. Some of your friends.
Garrett and Star, two of my good friends. My dad plays the snake. A real family and friends affair.
Yeah.
Everyone coming together to make this thing happen. It was really,
it
was really cool.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a fun time, and that's when you know you got something fun and good. Like when you have a good time like that on set. It was a lot of laughs, improvisation, trying to figure out how to shoot this, and we just did it all on the fly with some planning, and it was a good time.
Oh yeah, Salty Quill was incredible. We had a concept of what we wanted to do, but they showed up to the the location, and we just started walking around, and finding places to do things and talking about what we wanted to do. And the video happened. I don't want to say it happened on the spot. We had a plan, but a lot of what happened came really organically, just from being at the location and having everyone there and people pitching ideas. It really,
looking at the scene and just kind of getting inspired by, oh, what if we shoot through these two trees because they fork in a specific way. And when Salty Quill got there, I mean, they brought out their equipment, which was phenomenal, and it was just all hands on deck. And it was a really good time. It just happened so beautifully. So, and we're so excited. We can't wait for this song. We've been waiting for a while to get this out. We've already performed the track. I performed it like once on my own, like my half portion. Then we've performed it twice at Cine and then at Joker TV for Athfest. We've already performed the whole thing, and now it's time to start getting the songs out. So first one is Path.
Awesome. Well, sometimes, having an overall game plan, but kind of letting the moments to get to that game plan just be are really when the magic happens.
Absolutely. And I did a short horror film with Salty Quill a couple years ago called Camp Agony. So I knew that they'd be good to. Yeah. If I go to them and I'm like, okay, like here's what I'm thinking, I don't have any experience, help, and they were able to take those ideas and make them real.
Yeah, we were looking at, I've worked with several videographers through my solo stuff, and we're just trying to figure out who to use. And he showed me someone that that they definitely love their horror films and whatnot. So he showed me that film that you were in, and I was like, okay, I love how this looks, how it feels. Like let's get them on board, and we're so grateful that we did. And I think everyone's proud of the project, and shout out to Salty Quill for sure for getting us the visuals to the video, and then of course
the cover art art's from the video.
And then
it's my buddy Garrett in the wolf mask.
And then Scott at Goodwood Sound and Red Tuxedo Mastering, which is some of the people that I mainly use on my end. They mixed and mastered that track, and we just couldn't be more proud of everyone involved in the project.
Awesome. So anyway, that was, like I said, Bryant and Thor, basically sort of telling the story behind Path. Maine, I feel like you kind of, I kind of cut you off, and I didn't mean to do that. Can you tell us a little bit more maybe about the recording process for What You Got and any of that?
I totally didn't feel that way at all.
Okay.
Recording process. I can talk about that. So, being on the label, one of the things that we needed more than anything was a really solid producer, somebody who could, help take Tricord to the next level. And I believe that we found that with the label, with being on Resurrection Records, and Jeremy Waller of Family Freedom Studios, dude. I mean, Freedom Family Studios, top notch, top tier, dude. We actually, fun fact. Okay, so he's out of Oklahoma. The label and everything's out of Oklahoma. So we just so happened to have an event in Oklahoma like a few months ago, when we had already tracked the drums, the bass and the guitar parts. And so we got all that sent over, and we went out, the drummer and I went out a day before the guitarist and the bassist to Oklahoma, and we got to meet Jeremy in person and all. And dude, we literally created the whole entire track like so epically right then and there at Jeremy's studio. We initially just went out there to go record the drum part and the vocals. And so Jeremy just started having fun with it, and we all started doing all kinds of stuff. So in the chorus of What You Got, Jeremy was like, yo, what if we had like a cool little chant behind it? And I was like, yo, that'd be kind of cool. So what you got in mind? He's like, nothing hard, but something simple to just get the crowd involved in the whole entire chorus of it so that they're pumped up. So like after it's like, show me what you got, show me how you feel, there's like all of us, all three of us did like this really big, like recorded it multiple times to make it sound like this giant crowd. But we have a crowd in the background shouting, "What you got?" And it just made it added such a cool dynamic to it. Man, it's gonna be such a fun song when it's out, man. I'm so excited about it. The recording process was cool, man. He added all kinds of like cool little EDMs into it and just kind of made it try to sound like a little more trappy than our other stuff. So it's going to be really cool, man. I do a lot more screaming in this one. I've one of my best friends I grew up with, his name's Kevin. He's been working with me and teaching me how to scream, man. And my screams were hot garbage back in the day. Before him, they were hot garbage, man. I was ashamed to even try. And he just gave me some tips and started just really been working with me, man. And man, like now I scream all the time and everybody's like, "Hey, you want to scream for our songs?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm accepted." It's pretty cool, man. It's going to be a fun song though. I'm trying not to spoil too much about it, but it's going to be really fun.
Well, I know that there's a lot of technique to screaming, to doing it right so you don't destroy your voice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah, yep. I got to scream Friday and Saturdays, and usually do some worship on Sundays. I can't destroy my voice. But I've learned, man. I've had great teachers. My wife, even with vocals, my wife is a beast vocalist. And she's helped me tremendously, even on my vocal stuff. She's very harsh. If I'm the slightest off key, she'll be like, "I know you didn't think that was on key, baby." But it's built my character, man. But that kind of stuff from both of them helping me with my vocals have really, really changed my dynamic. Like Kevin's really taught me how to scream without hurting myself and how to properly push from my diaphragm and open up my throat and stuff. It's crazy, man. There's so many techniques behind it.
absolutely. Well, you know, Maine, wives will build your character.
Man, they will always do that.
They will. And I mean that in the best possible way.
Yeah. They like to serve us a nice slice of humble pie.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. So, do you Quadrant Boys have anything else you want to add? We're getting toward the end of this thing.
I thought I could show a little Easter egg from the recording of our music video. So we went up this road we haven't really been up, and I spotted a game trail camera, and I'm like, "Guys, maybe we should turn around. I don't know if we should be here, but I have the game trail camera of us. If you look closer, I don't know if you can tell, but we have like a weapon in each hand. So it's just 4 guys dressed in full black with a weapon in each hand. So thankfully the neighbor was cool about it and not too worried, but I thought that popping up like on his live, like his live photo updates of just 4 dudes dressed in black with studded to knives,
That had to be so interesting.
That's pretty darn cool. At least you weren't up there hearing banjos and. I mean,
Hey, there's some Deliverance vibes up in these woods.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, I see some scenes from Deliverance happening in those woods, bro.
Yeah.
Well, boy.
Well, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to come on this thing. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad to have connected you guys together. Hopefully you guys will stay in touch. Quadrant, tell Wyatt hello for me.
Yeah,
We
will do.
He's
For
in
sure.
Italy.
Man, I had such a good time with him. He is just he is something special, and I think you guys know that. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to say real quick, Maine, we are really looking forward to your single, your band's single. Man, we're gonna listen to it as soon as it comes out, for real. Looking forward to it, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Yo,
For
I'm
sure.
so excited to connect with you guys. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
Got some show ideas
For
in
sure,
mind
man.
for you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm jamming tricord at work tomorrow.
Well, hopefully, one of these days, hopefully we can get you Quadrant guys to down here to the Atlanta area for a show. Man, I'd love to see you guys live.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
one day.
So, yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. If you keep doing what you love and following your passion, good things are going to happen.
Mhm.
So anyway, for those of you that have been watching this live, thank you. For those of you that'll be seeing this on replays, thank you for that. If you like what we're doing, continue to spread the word. This thing is really starting to take on a life of its own. And tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be live at 7:00 with our sister show, The Throwdown with Matt, which is actually a series where I talk to people involved with the world of professional wrestling. And so tomorrow night, I've got a guy who I actually got the chance to see wrestle this past weekend out in Augusta, Georgia. A guy named Top Tier Drew Adler. He's an independent wrestler, and he is also a personal trainer and massage therapist. So it's going to be interesting to talk to him, find out about his wrestling career and how it dovetailed into these other ventures. So I'll be live with him tomorrow night at 7, and then Thursday at a special early time of 4 p.m. I'll be live with another indie wrestler named Asher Rain. He's a fairly young guy from, I believe, the Carolinas. And I'll be talking to him Thursday at 4 p.m. And then next week I've got some other stuff cooking, but be watching my socials for the details on all that. But anyway, everybody have a great night and a safe rest of your week, and we'll be talking to y'all soon.